Mark Dolan joins us right now. Where will we meet? I don't know. Vegas in the middle. How are you, great man?
Listen, it's brilliant to see you. Happy New Year, Paul, belatedly. Great to have you back and great to be back.
And
it's ironic, isn't it? Because we've got political chaos in the UK at the moment. We've got a tanking economy, eye-watering inflation, massive debt, crime on the streets. And the royal family, the monarchy, is there to provide stability. Good luck with that.
And even when they boot him out, even when they get rid of him, even when they get rid of the house, even, I don't know where he's sleeping right now. He's sort of under a bridge somewhere. But the former Prince Andrew, now, Man Vincent, Wizen, whatever he is now, Batten and Windsor, whatever. Back in it with the Epstein files, another multiple million pages have come out, supposedly the end of it. But surprise, surprise, more emails and all of it not good.
That's right. Just when you thought things couldn't get worse for Andrew, what is his surname? Especially Mountbatten-Windsor, just a Royal Plonker, I think is a better double-barreled surname.
Ex-Prince Plonker.
Andrew Royal, and he's not going to sue us because he's got enough legal problems already. And listen, we thought, Paul, that, things couldn't get worse, and they have. And I think the reason why, obviously, you've got the email exchange between him and Jeffrey Epstein, a disgraced financier whose crimes are too egregious to discuss on a family show, a rotten, disgusting man. And Andrew's chosen to be friends with him. A lot of discussion on email about meeting glamorous young Russian women for lunch. Okay, that's one thing. But this new photo is extraordinarily damaging to the royal family. And it means that Andrew's brand, if it wasn't already damaged, it's over now. And the reason why is because, Paul, it's such a sinister photograph. Even if a crime hasn't been committed, it's a shocking look for the brother of the King of the United Kingdom. It's creepy. It's certainly raises more questions than it answers. There are really two photographs now that have condemned Prince Andrew, or Andrew now, to ignominy. The first one is that notorious picture with Virginia Giuffre, his sex accuser. That was a problem for two reasons. First of all, posing for a photograph with a young woman with his hand around her naked midriff. That was inappropriate. But of course, it linked him to this young lady, and he settled out of court to the tune of many millions of dollars. But this photograph is damaging in a different way, in that it just shows this guy in a context of disrepute. It's sleazy. It's disgusting. It's creepy. And so he won't live this one down. That is an image he'll take to his grave. The million-dollar question now is, how many more levers can be pulled? He's not the Duke of York. He's not Prince Andrew. Yeah. How do you solve a problem with this guy that can't be flushed away?
Well, and also this scenario where I see, Keir Starmer has demanded that the former prince give evidence to an American parliamentary committee. Well, the American Parliamentary Committee can't force him to turn up. Why? Because he's not an American citizen. The British Prime Minister can't send him. I mean, it's not as if he's potentially, if somebody's arrested in an extradition process, but none of that is seemingly on the table. So it seems to me that, people like Keir Starmer don't want to say, well, I'm sorry, there's only so much I can do. They want to pretend that there is some other secret trapdoor for him to fall through. Well, the reality is, unless this thing takes a potential criminal tone, and again, Andrew denies everything, then it's going to stay like this. Now, the theory being that, the 3 million pages, they're all out now. No one has been through the 3 million pages that exist right now, even in the quick searching. So there might be something a little further around the corner. But there's a lot of distance between now and when we never have to talk about this bloke again. But the reality is he's just going to float in the ether, doesn't he?
Well, that's exactly right, because he's not a prince anymore. He's not the Duke of York, but he will always be the brother of the King of the United Kingdom. He'll always have his photograph taken. And those two particular images, him and Giuffre, and now him hunched on all fours over an unnamed woman, will definitely haunt him for the rest of his days. There are a couple of things to point out, Paul. Some people are arguing that Andrew is a little bit of a fool guy. As you said, he's been found guilty of no crimes. And there are some that are suggesting that he's being attacked, he's being pilloried because he's a member of the royal family, can't defend himself, can't sue, whilst there are lots of other high-profile figures whose details we won't get into, who are also linked to Epstein. So, some people think he's a little bit of a whipping boy, like a human shield for other powerful people. I'm going to say, look, I've got no sympathy for the guy. I think he's a victim of his own 100%. Downfall. And I might have a bit of an exclusive for you, Paul, which is I've just spoken on my TalkTV show to Andrew Lownie. Now, this is the guy that wrote the book entitled, which was the beginning of the end for Andrew. It was published last year. And Andrew told me a couple of interesting things. He told me that he thinks that King Charles will not provide accommodation for Andrew, that the former Duke of York is going to have to go to the Middle East and have a rich sheikh look after him, because there was this agreement that Andrew would go to Sandringham, which is a royal estate in Norfolk, and he'd live there rent-free for the rest of his life. Well, Andrew said it ain't going to happen. Charles will not do that. So this is a major move. It's an issue for the royals because the other problem is he remains a target. You know, he needs security. He's got to live somewhere. But according to this top royal insider, it won't be on a royal estate.
It'd be fascinating to see. All right.